name is Willow, and along with doing other things, I enjoy sharing space with people in creative endeavors, specifically the Jigsaw Renaissance, which is one that is emerging right now. So, sharing communal space is really interesting because you have access to resources and to space and to other people with new ideas that you would not have sitting at home alone in your tiny Capitol Hill apartment. And there are many out here on the West Coast specifically. There is the Cathedral in Seattle and the Crucible in San Francisco. You have hackerspaces that concentrate more on the technology side of things, such as HackerBot and NoiseBridge. And then there are makerspaces that are less focused on technology and more on DIY. So we're putting together one right now called the Jigsaw Renaissance because it's a neat title. And it is meant to be a collaboration for creating a space in which education and creation are key across multidisciplines. And it's really about no matter what you do, it can speak to somebody else, no matter what they do. So you can have someone who does parkour teaching someone who does code, because there's always some overlap. And I think a lot of innovation can come from talking to people that have no idea what you're doing, because then you have to explain it to them, and they can teach you things. So why would we start our own? Because there are so many really cool spaces around already. Many of the spaces that are around concentrate on one thing. And again, learning from people that have nothing to do with what you do is really interesting and spawns a lot of really new ideas. We also want it to be designed to be accessible, so financially accessible, as well as not having to have the background experience, because that can be really intimidating when joining a new space and you have no idea what's going on. We also want it to be safe to fail as well as safe to succeed. Success is sometimes looked on with some jealousy or with even inauthenticity in artist spaces, and so we want it to be safe to do whatever, so that way you can feel free to take risks. So we've figured out a few things already. We've figured out that things need to be transparent. We've posted all of our notes online about how we're creating this so that other people can follow in our footsteps and also hopefully create their own and join in whatever sense they want to. We want to go for nonprofit status so that we can gain more access to things to provide for other people. And it needs to be a safe space, not just in safe to fail, safe to succeed, but also emotionally and intellectually, and just you need to feel like you're okay to do whatever you need to do. We also figured out a board system where we have 6 members on the board. Usually you go for an odd number, but we figure if it's that close of a tie, we really need to negotiate more. And we've also figured out a membership structure where you can have monthly or you can drop in. We really just want anybody who wants to come to be able to join in and be accessible. So we still have to figure out an awesome space with an awesome landlord, because what do you do with an awesome landlord who really cares about their space but doesn't want you accidentally setting things on fire? And we also have to figure out sexuality, because it's a very sexual city, and we want it to be safe to do nude artist stuff, but we also want to be able to bring kids in to teach them how to use a soldering iron. Those two things don't always go hand in hand. And you also have to be open and caring about people and their concerns, but you have to cut them off before it starts drama, and that's a very vague line, and it can kill a space. We also have to worry about experimentation space and production space, because if you need production, then you need to monopolize a space, and if you're trying to share it and have a community, then it can be an issue. So these are the awesome people that help me out, and I help them out as best I can. And everybody has different backgrounds, and we had very little to do with each other before this, and it's been great to get along with everybody and figure out how we can negotiate situations and get everybody's input and respect everybody. And we are we just started a website, jigsawrenaissance.org. Please help us figure out how to do this and join in, and we would love to have your participation. We also have the wiki that we use for the transhumanist discussion group, which is Stimulus, and then there's a link for Jigsaw, and we have all sorts of fun contact information. So, yes, come and join us.
Thank you very much, Willow. Okay.